Most people remember Hannibal Lecter saying hello Clarice in the scene. Watch it and you'll see that instead of hello Clarice, he says good morning. Hannibal Lecter never says hello Clarice in the entire Silence of the Lambs movie. The only time Hannibal Lecter comes close to saying hello Clarice in the Silence of the Lambs is this next scene. Listen closely and you'll hear that he says well, Clarice. He says well, not hello.
Starling.
Well, Clarice. Have the lambs stopped screaming? Well, Clarice. Well, Clarice. Well, Clarice.
Look at the Silence of the Lambs script online and you'll see that he says well, Clarice. Watch the Silence of the Lambs and read the script and you'll see that Hannibal never says hello, Clarice, and Hannibal never says, good evening, Clarice. This is where it gets extremely interesting. Numerous people have tried to dismiss the hello Clarice Mandela effect as a misquote. When dismissing it as a misquote, they tried to say what the movie actually says and said lines that are no longer in the movie. Search hello Clarice in Google and you'll see that most of the top results try to say that the hello Clarice Mandela effect is a misquote. Those people say that the line is actually good evening, Clarice, but the line isn't good evening, Clarice. The line that we now see when watching the movie is good morning. Hannibal never says hello, Clarice in the Silence of the Lambs, and Hannibal never says good evening, Clarice in the Silence of the Lambs. Did all of these people misquote when writing about a misquote, or did the line change twice? What's the odds of all of these people saying the line is good evening Clarice, when the line is actually good morning? Think about it. What's the odds of people remembering hello, Clarice, then people including mainstream articles, saying the line isn't hello Clarice, it's good evening, Clarice? Both of those lines are never said in the Silence of the Lambs movie, at least not in the version that we can view in our current reality. Mike Prink asked, why do so many people recall the quote hello Clarice in Silence of the Lambs? An aspiring writer named Michael arrogantly responded to Mike Prink's question. Michael Bendvinga said, little bit of trivia, they're remembering it wrong. The actual quote is good evening, Clarice. As for why this became popular, I can explain. I mean, there are people out there eating Tide Pods on the internet because it's popular. There may be a reason behind this quote for becoming popular. However, for a lot of things, there is no rhyme or reason for it to become popular. Is Michael Bendvinga a dumb hypocrite attacking people for remembering the line wrong, while getting the line wrong himself, or did reality change to make cynics like Michael look like stupid hypocrites? The Silence of the Lambs trivia section on IMDb says, like Casablanca 1942, this movie contains a famous misquoted line. Most people quote Lecter's famous good evening, Clarice as hello, Clarice. Even the IMDb trivia section for The Silence of the Lambs says the line is good evening, Clarice. The actual line is good morning. Surely they watched the scene again before writing about a misquote. This is proof of a double change. Those who tried to dismiss the Mandela effect as people misquoting have made themselves look like fools because the line has changed again. Now their articles about the line being "Good evening, Clarice" can no longer be observed when watching the movie in our current reality. Now they can no longer simply say the Mandela effect is people just misquoting. Hollywood.com wrote an article titled 15 Facts About the Silence of the Lambs You Didn't Know. Quotes from that Hollywood.com article: none of those scenes feature the iconic line, "Hello, Clarice." This line is often misquoted, but is actually "Good evening, Clarice." You would expect Hollywood.com to get a quote about a movie right when writing about misquotes, but they also said that the Clarice. This is proof of a double change. People tried to dismiss the Mandela effect as people misquoting, and after the line changed again, they now look extremely foolish. I recorded this Hollywood.com article in the public internet archives, aka the Wayback Machine, so if they try to change their article it will expose them even more. Think twice before you try to dismiss the Mandela effect as people misquoting. Visit www.bestmandelaeffects.com for more details.